I'm joined in the studio by Nick Ragone. Welcome.
Good to be here.
Yes, thank you, Nick. You serve as Executive Vice President, yes, if I'm not mistaken, and Chief Marketing and Communications Officer for Ascension. Please tell us more about Ascension and what is your role there?
We are the nation's largest nonprofit Catholic healthcare system. We're based here in St. Louis, and I oversee our marketing. And about 8 or 9 years ago, I reached out to Rex Singfield and said, how can we help heal North St. Louis County and the Ferguson area? And we came up with a nonprofit called Your Move Chess, which is really about creating more access at the scholastic level. And Rex has been committed to that in the chess club. And so it funds all the after-school chess in Ferguson. And I fell in love with the game about 10 years ago. My wife played and she taught my son, and I learned at the same time. And I believe that chess is an amazing game to help create life skills for children, to reinforce the love of learning, particularly in math and music. There's a lot of similarities. And it's something that you could play for life. It's just amazing. Families play together. My family plays together. And so I'm so proud in St. Louis that we, thanks to Rex and his vision, we've become the epicenter of global chess here. And that's something that our community, as a community leader, we take enormous pride in.
Well, and I have an exclusive piece of information that you're an avid chess player yourself. You love chess and you follow videos on YouTube.
I do.
So
I'm a big Daniel Narditsky fan, his speed run. So I started watching that a couple years ago, and I've improved my chess.com rating from about 1,400 to 1,800. And so my wife jokes that I spend more time with him than I do her, watching him, and I love watching Eric Hansen, who's a good friend, and John Bartholomew. And I think, part of what St. Louis has done, and the chess club and Rex and his vision, is created this ecosystem where people could stream now. 10 years ago, 5 years ago, that didn't exist, and now Caro is one of the biggest streamers. Magnus is streaming. You have people like Daniel and John Bartholomew and the Chess Bras, and it's helped create this ecosystem of chess that is not only transforming St. Louis, but really, chess has boomed over the last few years, and I think St. Louis and the chess club and Rex and his vision and what he's done has helped spur that.
Indeed, and well, I think that you also have your own YouTube channel.
I do. A couple months ago, I'm a historian by nature. I've written 5 books, and I started a YouTube channel about history. And so my brother and I, and we've created over 100 films in the last month and a half, 2 months. We have 100,000 views, 1,000 subs if you go to Nick Ragone on YouTube. And it's really about telling stories. And at some point, I'm going to do something on Bobby Fischer, maybe Fischer Spassky. And I know we had a great exhibit here at the Chess Hall of Fame on 72 and the World Championship. And I love telling stories. And I think the chess story, particularly during the Cold War era, when chess was a proxy for the larger battle between East and West, as you know, telling that story. And so I'm looking forward on my YouTube channel at some point, and I want to interview Rex, which I think would be amazing. But I want to, and he's met Bobby Fischer. I want to tell that story to introduce it to younger kids who play chess who don't know who Bobby Fischer was, or they don't know in 1972 how chess for a couple months during the summer was the most watched thing on the planet. And I just think that's an amazing moment in time.
Well, I don't know if you know it, but that's something you shared with Daniel Naroditsky, so I hope that he's watching your YouTube channel. And I couldn't help but notice that you have this Ascension Charity Classic. I know that Ascension is the big supporter of St. Louis chess program, but tell me a little bit about what is this exactly?
Sure. It's our golf tournament, our PGA Tour event at Norwood. We created it 3 years ago. Again, similar to when we created Your Move Chess in North St. Louis County. It was about taking a sport, professional golf, that isn't really known for being diverse and inclusive, putting it in the Ferguson area, North St. Louis County, and taking all the proceeds and putting it back into charity. So in this case, the Boys and Girls Club, Urban League, Mary Grove, and growing the game of golf in North St. Louis County. And so we're going up on our 3rd year, and I'm proud to say it's the most attended event on PGA Tour Champions. It's the most profitable. And in year 2 now, it's already the most charitable. We gave away $1.3 million last year, $2 million overall. And I'm enormously proud that in a couple short years, professional golf now is driving charitable donations and making the game more diverse and inclusive. And I took a lot of the inspiration of creating that from what Rex has done with chess here and building an ecosystem that's about giving back to the community.
Oh, yes, this is a wonderful initiative. And I assume you play golf?
I play golf. I'm probably better at chess now than I am in golf. If I was as good at golf as chess, I'd be happy. But My enthusiasm outpaces my skill.
That's a very important quality to have. Could you compare those two games?
Yeah, they're both strategy based. You know, they're both about thinking moves ahead. I mean, chess is clearly about strategy, right, and calculating. Golf is very similar. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You're thinking ahead, and you're thinking about where to place the ball and how to compete. And I think there's a lot of life lessons to be involved with chess. If you're younger, you learn how to plan and you make decisions and strategize, and decisions have consequences. Golf is very similar, and in fact, I sit on the board of First Tee, which is an organization that introduces golf to young kids, particularly in underserved areas. And I think chess and golf are two life skills, if you're a younger kid, that you could take with you forever. You could play it forever, and it's also good, you know, if you become a business person, you need to know how to play golf. And if you learn how to play chess, that's something you can do for your whole life.
Thank you very much. I have one last question. I know that you follow the tournament every day. Who is your favorite to win this tournament?
You know, I'm curious to see if Anna can hold on. I think having an IM win would be a big deal. I'm sure she'd get a GM norm. And so I think, you know, with Humpy withdrawing, it changes it a little bit. But I'm rooting for her. I think it'd be great for the game to have an IM win a tournament that's predominantly GMs. And I've loved watching the action. I just think it's fantastic. And I think the Cairns Cup has become, in a short amount of time, the premier event.
It is a real landmark on the chess scene. Thank you very much. This was a very insightful interview.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Nick, very much.